This tutorial is for the Tunisian Purl Drop Stitch. That's kind of what I'm calling it for the pattern that I have created, the Tagen Blanket Shawl. So, and also for this, I am using a different color so that you can see the stitches, and I'm using a straight hook just for the purposes of doing just a swatch, because you can use a straight hook to do Tunisian stitches. All right, so traditionally for a drop stitch, you just yarn over, insert your hook, usually a knit stitch, and then you go from there. Well, with a purl stitch, the yarn needs to be in front of your hook, so this can get kind of tricky when you have to yarn over. So this is how I like to do it. So for the stitch, you will yarn over, and you need to bring your yarn down and hold it with your opposite hand. This helps because you're gonna need to yarn over again after you put your hook in your space. So because we are just doing a purl stitch, we are just going through just the front bar. Normally with this stitch, you'll go through both and do a knit stitch, but we're not doing that. We're just going through the front bar. So you'll insert your hook, and then you'll yarn over, because if you look, your yarn is still in front of your hook. So you can do it two ways. You can yarn over like I do, like this, or you can just pull it through like this. But what it's doing is your yarn is in front of your hook, but you're getting two loops on your hook, like that. So we'll do that again. So you'll yarn over, bring your stitch down, insert your hook in the next vertical bar, yarn over, and pull through. But don't pull through that one that you yarned over on, because you need to have that extra loop. So what you're doing is you're increasing for this row. And you will drop that increase on the return pass. So I'll do another couple. So you'll yarn over. Oh, yeah, yarn over and bring that loop down. Insert your hook in the vertical bar. Yarn over and pull through just your vertical bar. So we've done 3 of them, and we only have, and we have 6 stitches on the hook. And see how they cross over? That is very important. That's how you'll be able to tell which stitch you're dropping, because you're going to be dropping your yarn over, which is the front one, like that. So I'll do one more. Yarn over, bring your yarn down, insert into the next vertical bar, yarn over, and pull through the vertical bar. And you have 2 more loops on your hook. So you'll do this across, and I'll show you what to do when you get to the end. All right, so we are to the last one. I just did the last vertical bar, and now you work into your previous chain from the previous row. And you will still yarn over. So what you'll do is you'll yarn over, and then you'll insert it. Mine's very loose because it's where I changed yarn color, and you can easily just tighten that. So, and then you pull it through, just regular. So you don't need to have on that last one, it's not a purl stitch, it's just a regular Tunisian simple stitch. So now you have double the amount of loops on your hook. And you can see how they kind of cross over each other. You need to really pay attention to that, because when you're working on your project, they can sometimes get in front of each other, and you have to make sure that you cross it back over, because that is the stitch that you need to make sure you drop. So in order to do this, you can chain 1 and just do it really loosely, or you can chain 2. Most of the time people will chain 2 because the drop stitch is so tall. And same with the beginning, you can chain 1 before you start this row, or you just make this loop really, really loose so that it will stand tall. It's up to you. You can do it either way. For the purpose of this, I'll just be chaining. I'll chain 2 on this end so you can see what it looks like. So you'll chain 2. Okay, and so you're going to drop your first stitch here. So what you'll do is you'll take your hook out of the working stitch, and you'll drop that next stitch and insert your hook back into that loop. So then you have like this, it looks like a mess right now. So then on this one, see, it's crossed over right here. It's on that side. So you're gonna just yarn over and pull through 2. Then you're gonna do this again. You're gonna take your hook out, and you're gonna drop that next stitch and put your hook back in to the working loop. And then you'll just do this across. So again, yarn over, pull through 2, take it out of the working loop, drop the next one, and insert your hook back in there. Yarn over, pull through 2, drop, and insert your hook back in. So this, when you're first trying to do this stitch, I recommend going very slowly because it does get kind of tricky as you go along. But once you figure out which stitches are what, oh, see, and I just dropped that. Once you figure out which stitches go where, it makes it a lot easier. And once you recognize which stitches are the drop stitches and which ones are the working stitches, that also, oh my goodness, I'm having a hard time here, makes it easier. All right, so when we get to the end, I'll show you what to do next. All right, so this is what it looks like when you finish. It's kind of a mess, but this is what I think is really cool about this stitch. So what you'll do after you get to the end of the row is you will pull that stitch tight. And that is what creates your drop stitch. So see right here, you can see the difference in chaining 2 or just having a long loop. It does kind of pull, so you have to make sure that that loop is really long. But if you have 2, then it's as tall as the drop stitches. So it's up to you what you want to do. You just have to really make sure that you pull this first loop really tall before you continue on. But that is what it looks like. So as you can see, it is a purl stitch along the bottom here. And that is how you do the Tunisian purl drop stitch.